Welcome to my presentation. Today I will be presenting my literature review on the topic of teacher burnout and attrition. What is the relationship between teacher burnout and attrition in primary and secondary schools, and how effective are current school-based wellbeing strategies in addressing this issue? Teacher attrition is the rate at which educators leave the profession or move to different schools. It is a growing issue that disrupts student learning and school stability. Contributing factors include burnout, low pay, and poor working conditions, promoting education systems to respond with increased support and mental health resources. My interest in this topic stemmed from my experience of working full-time as an SEN teaching assistant. I came to deeply understand that staff wellbeing is essential. Without it, schools faced increased reliance on supply staff and disruptions to children's learning. This was especially critical in the special education setting, where students thrived on consistency and the strong therapeutic relationships they built with familiar adults. I was guided by Cohen's considerations of research from my data search for my research topic. Cohen, Mannion, and Morrison provides a comprehensive framework that guides methodological decision-making within research. To identify relevant literature, I searched for key terms such as teacher attrition and teacher burnout using Google Scholar. I prioritized studies that were recent, specific, and highly cited with over 20 citations, and selected 3 articles that captured different aspects and elements of the topic while offering insights into how future educational policy might better support teacher retention. Cohen emphasizes the importance of understanding research with clear and focused aims that are shaped by the researcher's ontological and epistemological positioning. My first article was titled What Motivates People to Teach and Why Do They Leave? Accountability, Performativity, and Teacher Retention. The study involved 39 teachers, including newly qualified teachers, mid-career teachers, and teachers who had left the profession. Participants were recruited with consent from a variety of English schools, including both primary and secondary schools. The research focused on the pressures of teaching and workload. The survey and experiences examined how these pressures influence teachers' initial motivations to enter the profession and their decision to remain or leave. The survey collected both quantitative and qualitative data through open-ended questions in a survey, which provided a comprehensive analysis of teachers' initial motivations and the challenges they faced in their professional careers. The findings concluded that many teachers enter the profession driven by altruistic values as a desire to work with young people and make a positive impact to children's lives, or their love for their subject. Notably, the study highlighted that the nature of the workload influenced by factors like performativity and accountability measures, which were significant in contributing to teacher attrition. So the quality criteria based on Lincoln and Huber's criteria for qualitative research included the credibility, which was achieved through in-depth interviews, the transferability from which offers rich, detailed descriptions so findings can apply to similar educational settings, the dependability, so the use of consistent interview processes, and confirmabilities, which attempts to reduce researcher bias through the use of participant voice and experience. This article and research was interpretivist and constructivist research focused on understanding personal meanings and lived experiences of teachers within their social and political context. The second article is Teacher Burnout and Contextual and Compositional Elements of School Environment. The research was conducted within British secondary school environments. The study involved 2,239 teachers from 40 secondary schools in England. These teachers were drawn from secondary schools taking part in the Inclusive Trial, which is a study aimed at improving school environments and student health. This was quantitative methodology using cross-sectional data analysis. So the positive paradigm using measurable variables including school climate and teacher burnout. Objective research as data was analyzed through statistical techniques. The research was based on valid and reliable principles, and burnout was measured using the Maslach Burnout Inventory General Survey. To explore the relationship between teacher burnout and contextual factors, including school climate, leadership, and student behavior. The compositional factors and socio-demographic characteristics of the student body. and it was conducted within the framework of public health and educational well-being, and there was ethical approval and informed consent taking part of the larger inclusive trial. The findings showed that teacher burnout is influenced by poor staff relationships, student behaviour, and school composition. The higher the deprivation was linked to more burnout, and positive school climate and supportive leadership linked to lower burnout levels. The article was titled Causes and Effects of Teacher Burnout. The study included 10 elementary school teachers working in a public school district in the southeastern United States. Teachers were selected based on experiencing signs of burnout and having 5 or more years of teaching experience. The study was conducted using a qualitative case study format, focusing on teachers in a single district experiencing burnout. The aim of the research was to explore individual experiences of teachers and their perceptions of the causes and effects of burnout within their role and school environment. Jacobson uses a case study approach focusing on the personal experiences of 10 elementary school teachers in the southeastern United States, which aligns with qualitative research. The case study demonstrates both interpretivism and constructivism paradigms, which is research that recognizes reality is constructed through individual experiences and meanings. The data was collected through in-depth interviews exploring the causes and effects of burnout within the specific district. The findings show that the primary causes of burnout was the lack of support, classroom discipline issues, overwhelming workload, limited autonomy, constant change in policies and curriculum requirements, and high-stakes testing pressures. The effects were caused by burnout negatively influenced classroom instruction, leading to decreased effectiveness. Difficult interactions with students, parents, colleagues, and administrators were reported, and teachers experienced emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and a reduced sense of personal accomplishment. The contrast of research methods. So in Article 1, the article demonstrates both statistical analysis and thematic exploration of the topic by using a survey with open-ended questions. This research method provided both qualitative and quantitative research. Perryman and Colbert provided a nuanced and comprehensive understanding of the complexities surrounding teacher retention. Their approach underscores the value of combining quantitative and qualitative research to capture the multifaceted experiences of educators to inform future effective and empathetic policies to improve teacher retention. Article 2. In contrast, the study by Shackleton presents a strong methodological approach to investigating teacher burnout using a large-scale quantitative design and multi-level modelling. These methods provide an analysis of both individual and school-level factors, providing valuable insights into how the broader school environment contributes to teacher burnout. The use of the validated burnout measures and the subjective school data further enhance the reliability and generalizability of the findings, which supports future educational policies. However, the absence of qualitative methods means the nuanced experiences of teachers and their perspectives are not fully captured. This was outlined in the limitations section of the research. Which says the school's culture or ethos that we have not measured, which promote or hinder student-teacher relationships. Despite these limitations, the study offers insight for understanding systemic contributors to teacher burnout while highlighting the need for more longitudinal and mixed methods research for the sensitive issue of teacher burnout. Article 3, the research by Jacobson offers valuable insights into the causes and effects of teacher burnout through a qualitative design, providing a detailed exploration of teachers' lived experiences. The key strength of this design is its ability to capture rich, detailed narratives that describe the emotional and contextual complexities of teacher burnout, which seems missed in Shackleton's quantitative study. The use of interviews enables the participants to express themselves in their own words, providing a more human-centered interpretivist understanding of the sensitive research. However, the study is limited by its small sample size, which affects the generalizability of the findings. The lack of triangulation or mixed methods suggests that the findings cannot be supported by broader statistical trends. In conclusion, the choice of research methods plays a central role in shaping what we can understand about the sensitive key issue of teacher burnout and attrition. Quantitative methods offer measurable systemic insights into the prevalence and patterns of burnout, revealing correlations and trends across large populations. However, it is evident that they constrain the understanding of the nuanced personal experiences that drive individual decisions to leave the teaching profession. Conversely, qualitative methods underscore the significance of exploring the emotional, social, and organizational contexts that contribute to burnout, although they may lack generalizability. By combining both approaches in a mixed methods design, researchers can gain a more comprehensive, balanced understanding, capturing both the extent of the problem and the stories behind the statistics. This integrated perspective deepens our knowledge and informs more effective, empathetic solutions and policies for supporting teachers and improving retention.